rolling along now. Let's have Chloe.
I'll give you guys the very shortened version, because we all know I can drag long stories. Okay, so pretty much Saturday when we were all in our small groups, we all got the packets, and one of the last questions was, what could stop you? I think it said, what could stop you from fully giving yourself to God? And what I actually wrote down was my will. And what I thought was over the past retreats, I've been yes, I give my life to you, Lord, I give myself to you, and then after a while I've just fallen back into the same place. I'm just oh, it was a retreat, I was in emotion, it's all that. So Saturday night, you all heard Nate put us in the back of the room, he put us on, and as he was talking about how the line separated us, how it was like a divider for us, I was actually staring at the line, and I was actually quite angry at it. I was staring at it with a very angry face if nobody saw that. It's kind of crazy to see, hear someone say that they're angry at just a line in the ground. But I was angry because I was looking at it and I was thinking, this is legit, because I'm a very visual learner and physical learner, so if I actually have to go out and do it, I know it's all or nothing for me. I started to cross the line, and I was sitting there, and I didn't cross the line. I still stared at it in such anger. And as I was looking at it, I was angry. I was angry at God, I will admit. I was angry at myself for having to cross that line, because if I say, I'm going to accept God, am I just going to fall later? Am I just, fall back into the place? Am I going to be a hypocrite? And so, I stared at the line. I was actually started crying because I was getting quite pissed. And so, after a while of hearing the worship and everything, I was well, I got to make a choice at one point. Am I going to hold on to everything and not give God my all and just keep going the way I go? Or am I going to give him my all? And if I do give him my all, I'm going to go full through with it. And so I walked a little bit closer to the line. I was kind of just standing there. I was looking at the line. And lately I've been just kind of questioning, where am I going in the future? What am I doing with my life? I want to go travel. How am I even going to get there? So I was looking at that line, and I don't know why, but I had a whole flashback of everything I've ever done, everything that was wrong, and everything. And I was looking at the line, and I was thinking, that looks like my life in front of me. I was hearing, my future is past that line. My future, and I was hearing God say, if you cross that line, I will take you to the places you go. My thought was, am I willing to give my all to that, though? To give up everything that I've done. And so I was just kind of I was feeling a little bit homesick, and I was hearing the word home as I was looking at the other side of the line, too. And Rob Race actually came up, and he stood on the other side of the line, and I didn't look at his face, so I didn't know it was him. And I looked up just a little bit, right to where, his neck kind of started, short. And so I looked at it, and it looked like a father figure to me. And he hugged me while he was still on the one side and I was on the other. And it kind of smelled like my home, like my dad. And I started crying even more because it just felt like home. And I kind of felt like God as a father, and he sent Rob as a father figure for me. So I was crying, and he asked me what I felt, why wasn't I how was I feeling? I told him I felt like a hypocrite if I did cross the line, and I was scared. So he waited with me, and it was kind of my entire mind was just going nuts at once, and I hear all the music getting louder and louder, and I'm just kind of slowly freaking out. I'm it's all or nothing, cross the line, you stupid idiot, just do it, just go. So at one point, I finally made my decision. I've been trying to stay on point with projects I've been doing, and I've been following on them. So I got through a week of doing a project, and I was thinking, if I can get through a week of finally trying to do that project and finish it, I can get through a week of giving God my all. If I can go through a week, month, year. So I was thinking, if I could do that, I can do that. Finally, I crossed the line, and I just felt I went through a legit waterfall, like rain thing, like I just got washed off of everything. And with crying, again, more crying. And Rob had to hold me for a while. I heard music in it, I just felt such happiness. And I was saying that I was looking at everyone worship, and I noticed why they were all happy, and I was like, oh my God, is this what it feels like? This is what it feels like to legit finally say to myself, I'm giving all. And I started getting all giddy, I started running and I started jumping around, and I just kind of felt, I was like, I want to touch everybody. I want to pray for everyone. And I noticed some people were crying on the floor, so I was like, okay, I can't really do that. So I started worshiping. I was like, okay, I had to get myself cooled down, get out of the emotion and think, okay, I legit have to do this now. I crossed that line and I can't be a hypocrite to myself. I made it it's now my goal. And so so I made that, and I made sure that I made that my all. And so after that, I started thinking, I used to like to pray for people, and now I got scared. So I was like, okay, God, tell me who I should pray for, because I want to start praying for people again. So I started praying for people, going around, and I just felt such joy. And then I started dancing and stuff, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. And yeah, you can come back up.
Okay, so here's the deal. Who else would ever want to give a testimony of what God did in your life on retreat? Raise your hand. Well, you already did it. Okay, cool. Here's what we're going to do. Jamela and Alex, you guys were scheduled to do one, and I know, Danielle, you were thinking about it. We're going to have to do it next week because parents are waiting, and we don't want to be rude. So listen, who else would ever want to give one and talk about what God did on retreat? Was there your hand up, Dave? Dave, was your hand up? Or were you waving at me? Oh, yeah, you were. Okay. Who? Okay, yeah. Okay, listen. Next week, you want to have a few more?
Yes.
That's what we're going to do. All right, so next week we'll have a video, a little more of retreat, a few more people will talk about it. But listen, guys, if you did not go on retreat, we love you, and God still wants to do so many things in your life. Like Nate said, you don't need to go away to experience that. So keep coming out on Wednesdays. It's going to be awesome. For those of you who did go to retreat, if you're having a rough week, you need to text your leaders. You say, listen, I want to keep going. I want to keep going what God did on retreat in my heart. And it's a choice every single day. You get up and you decide, I'm going to live out what God did on retreat. It's not just an experience. Make sense? Yep. So come around us. Let us pray for you. Keep coming out. We love you guys so much. And we'll see you next week. Okay, let's go.